Imagine you are a slave. Your body, your time, your every breath belongs to someone else. You work 7 long days a week to make someone else rich. You dream of freedom. Your soul lights up when you hear whispers of escape. But freedom means danger. Will you try it? But slavery doesn't exist anymore, right? Wrong. There are currently an estimated 27 million people in slavery worldwide. 80% are women and girls. 50% are minors. Slavery is not legal anywhere, but it is thriving everywhere. Every year, between 600,000 and 800,000 human beings are being trafficked across international borders and into modern-day slavery. This excludes people trafficked within the borders of their own countries. Human trafficking is the 3rd largest criminal activity in the world. It is outranked only by arms smuggling and drug dealing. The United Nations estimates that trafficking in persons generates between $7 and $10 billion annually for the traffickers. The trafficking of human beings is described as one of the greatest scourges facing the world today. So what is human trafficking? Human trafficking is the supply, sale, recruitment and procurement, transportation, transfer, capture, harboring and removal, disposal and receiving of a person within or across the borders of any country by making use of threats, intimidation, force, coercion, abduction, fraud, deception and false promises, the giving or receiving of payments, compensation, rewards, benefits, or any other advantage. This includes the abuse of power or being in a position of vulnerability, which inhibits the victim from indicating his or her unwillingness or resistance to being trafficked for the purposes of exploitation. Exploitation means to take unfair advantage of someone else. There are many types of exploitation, such as sexual exploitation, forced begging, child soldiers, forced labor, organ trafficking, illegal adoptions or baby trafficking. Trafficking may take place across international or national borders. Trafficking may take place from one province to another. Trafficking may also take place from one suburb to another. Though trafficking in persons happens in a variety of ways, trafficking often occurs in 3 phases. First, the recruitment of the victim. Second, the mobilization of the victim. And third, the exploitation of the victim. Recruitment. Lisa has just finished high school in Durban and she is looking to earn money as an au pair in Europe. She responds to an advert in the newspaper. The advert says, "Au pairs wanted for Europe, no experience necessary." Mobilization. Lisa is interviewed. She never sees a contract, but she is given her air ticket and is told what date to leave on. Her airfare is paid for her by the recruitment agency and she leaves for Europe. Exploitation. When Lisa reaches Europe, the job is not what she was promised. Her passport is taken away from her and she is locked in a cellar and put to work as a sex worker. She is forced to have sex with as many as 30 men a day and the money is kept by her pimp. He tells her that she owes him 60,000 rands for her airfare, visas and travel costs. When she has paid off the debt, she will be set free. If she tries to escape, he will kill her family as he knows where they live. Lisa has been trafficked into modern-day slavery. she will never get out of debt because it will be added to all the time for the smallest things. Traffickers will usually transport victims from one place or country to another because at the destination the victim will probably be alone and unfamiliar with their surroundings. They will be unable to speak the local language. They will be unable to contact their families. They will not know where to go for help, and as such, they are easier to exploit. Why does trafficking happen? Gender imbalances. In places where women and men are not treated equally, women are not given the same opportunities as men. Traffickers promise women better lives in other countries. Poverty. Traffickers promise people living in poverty a better life elsewhere. Civil unrest. In countries at war, traffickers get victims by promising them a better life in other countries or in places in their own country where there is relative peace. Unemployment. The promise of work is very attractive if you live in a place where it is difficult to earn money. Education. Young people who cannot afford fees are vulnerable to traffickers when they are promised opportunities in schooling and other education. Tips to avoid becoming a victim of human trafficking. No matter who offers you a job, whether a friend, family member, or employment agency, make sure that the offer is genuine. Before you accept a job offer, take the following steps. Check that the employer is a registered company with a physical address and a landline. Contact the employer before accepting the offer. If you have relatives or friends in the area where the job is located, give them the physical address and ask them to check it out for you. Make sure that you sign a legal contract with terms that you have agreed to, such as hours of work, wages to be paid, working conditions, etc. If possible, seek legal advice regarding the contract or ask someone you know who has an understanding of contracts to look it over with you. Make sure you have a valid passport and a work permit for the country you will be traveling to. Remember that it is illegal for an employer to keep your passport. If your future employer offers to pay for your travel costs, your contract should state the amount you will owe and how long it will take you to repay those costs. Take note of where you are being taken when you arrive. Before you leave, arrange to phone someone you know within a certain period of time after arriving at your destination. That way they will know that something is wrong if you don't get in touch with them. Keep in contact. Call a friend or family member regularly. If the job is overseas, speak to the embassy of the country you are going to. An embassy can provide you with emergency numbers for their country and can help you to obtain the correct documents to work legally in their country. Jobs are difficult to obtain. Don't be fooled by job offers with high salaries and no experience necessary. What can you expect if you are a victim of trafficking and the matter is reported to the police? At the police station, a case will be opened, a docket prepared and a case number allocated. A statement will be taken from you. You may be referred for a medical examination if necessary. That is in order to treat any injuries that you may have, to offer help for pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases including HIV, to arrange appropriate referrals for counseling, to gather evidence for a later court matter. Shelters or places of safety. If a trafficked victim has no place to stay, the state will make arrangements for a place to stay free of charge, where the victim will receive food, shelter and clothing as well as other necessities. Witness protection. If the victim is worried that his or her family will be threatened, harmed or even killed, the victim can go into a witness protection program. What do you do if you or someone you know has been trafficked? Report the matter to your nearest police station. You can contact IOM for help at